Let's admit it, The Mandalorian was a treasure trove of information that I don't think we can actually cover everything. There are so many things, so many tidbits and little details out there, but I can try my best to cover all of them, and one of those details that we're going to cover today is the sly comment that Bo-Katan made to Boba Fett about hearing his voice 1,000 times. The finale showed us the first interaction between two favorite fan characters in the Star Wars universe, that is the returning and redeemed Boba Fett and Bo-Katan Kryze. Their meeting was hostile to say the least. It looked like Boba Fett didn't even want to be there, and Din Djarin had dragged him on, and to make matters worse, the greatest night owl herself, Bo-Katan, was not too happy to see him either. She immediately accused Boba Fett of being a fake Mandalorian, and what's worse, a disgrace to his Beskar armor. Her final and most cruel remark to Boba Fett was that she told Boba she had heard his voice 1,000 times, insinuating that he is just another measly Jango Fett clone that was nothing spectacular, nothing special, calling Jango Fett his donor. Now, this comment is pretty poignant, and for those fans that are deep into the Star Wars lore, you might remember that during the Star Wars Clone Wars series and in a particular comic, the Clone Wars Defenders of the Lost Temple, Bo-Katan does have some history with Republic clone troopers. She fought both alongside the Grand Army of the Republic and the clone troopers, as well as against them during the dreaded Clone Wars. So to start with, Bo-Katan was a member of the Death Watch, a Mandalorian splinter group who, well, were known for violence throughout Mandalore. In the Clone Wars series, it is particularly shown that Satine Kryze and the ruling class regarded the Death Watch as savages and outside of the Mandalorian true culture. Throughout The Mandalorian, it is insinuated that in the early days of Mandalore, Jango Fett also partook in many battles as well, although we have not seen them so far, only heard from Boba Fett that Jango participated in the Mandalorian Civil War, where undoubtedly the Death Watch was a big player in that war. During the Clone Wars, the exiled Death Watch briefly joined the Separatist Alliance, simply because Count Dooku promised them everything, but in the end, as Sith Lords tend to do, he betrayed the Death Watch, and at the end of the war, part of the Death Watch joined the former Sith Maul, who now wanted to claim Mandalore for himself, as well as the Darksaber. Bo-Katan and the Night Owls, however, worked with the Republic to oppose him and retake their home world. Now we come to the clone troopers. You see, throughout the galaxy during the Clone Wars, the rumors about the clones became vast and confirmed. They were one of the most formidable warriors in the galaxy. There were many clones who displayed Mandalorian symbols on their helmets, and these clones also occasionally came into contact with some of their old enemies, with Jango Fett's old enemies as well, the Death Watch, fighting against them on Dre 2 and alongside the Night Owls during the Siege of Mandalore. We come to the story of a clone trooper named Glitch. His most unique trait was that he believed he was force sensitive. Although he was mocked often by his squad mates, he demonstrated no obvious force sensitivity, but Glitch was nonetheless a very staunch believer in the Jedi ways and a close friend of Renix Omani, a Padawan. In addition to the Jedi, Glitch had two other squad mates, Canon and Horns. Horns thought of himself as a Mandalorian warrior, so he wore their insignia on his helmet despite not being aware of the Death Watch. During a mission to recover a Sith artifact from a Jedi temple on Dre 2, Glitch and his squad ran into the Death Watch, who were at that time led by Pre Vizsla and Bo-Katan. The Jedi and clones fought bravely but were captured by Vizsla and Bo-Katan's warriors. In fact, it was Vizsla who mocked Horns' helmet with the Death Watch logo and offered him a place in the Death Watch if he'd kill his Jedi generals. In the end, the clones proved to be a formidable enemy as they make their escape and escape the grasp of the Death Watch and Bo-Katan. This hurt Bo-Katan's pride in the process, but she realized that she underestimated these Jango clones and discovered how formidable they are when only 4 clones were able to outmaneuver the dreaded Death Watch. Bo-Katan would never forget these clone warriors and their voice ever again. This is one of the first times she ever comes into contact with the clones, and the next meeting she had, we just finished watching it 6 or 7 months ago, and it was during the 7th Clone Wars season. The Death Watch was divided for a time when Maul challenged Pre Vizsla to a fight to death for the Darksaber and the right to rule Mandalore. Maul of course won the fight, but BoKatan and many of her fellow warriors refused to acknowledge Maul as their new ruler. BoKatan then asked for help from Ahsoka and of course the Republic. With Ahsoka and the Republic agreeing to help Mandalore and BoKatan's mission, a division was created from the 501st Legion, and that was the 332nd Company, which was specially created to back up BoKatan and Ahsoka Tano. And therefore, BoKatan went from being the enemy to now fighting alongside these clones during the Siege of Mandalore that we saw in the final Clone Wars season, the 7th season, interacting mostly with the newly promoted Commander Rex. We also saw BoKatan interacting with Jesse the moment Maul released him. So as you can see, not a lot of interaction on screen or in the comics between BoKatan and the clones, but this would suffice, and this would stand to reason why she in the end respected the clones for what they were, but did not respect Boba Fett for what he pretended to be. Even though Boba Fett told her that his allegiance is not with Mandalorians, his armor told a different story, and this is what bothered BoKatan. The old and the new combine in Boba Fett's armor, and it tells a bigger and richer backstory. That's why Boba Fett removed those two unnecessary and evil traits, evil symbols, especially the Wookiee scalps. He never brought them back, but he brought back these two ancient symbols of Mandalorians and a symbol of his father's backstory. Even though he is starting a new, fresh life, he still remembers his past. He still remembers the lessons of his father and the lessons of Mandalore, of the old Mandalore. He possibly took Jabba's throne to make things right, to do great things just as Jango probably wanted to, but just couldn't. So with a new Boba Fett series coming, and with a season 3 of The Mandalorian coming as well, I'm hoping for a resolution to this problem. Who is up for a BoKatan versus Boba Fett fight? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to see that. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.